Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec, back with another video for you guys. Hopefully you're having an awesome day today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment below on your thoughts and opinions on the video, on the article, on the information discussed. Let's get down to it. Got an article here from Bleeping Computer, MFA fatigue, hackers' new favorite tactic in high-profile breaches. Now I did make a video about the Uber data breach the other day that allegedly the attacker used this MFA fatigue attack. Basically, they kept spamming the victim with a bunch of MFA push notifications and then they combined that with some kind of social engineering attack. Next thing you know, the victim ended up pushing the accept button, and then the attacker got into Uber system, and all kinds of chaos um, happened after that. Let's get down to this article here. Just going to highlight some high items here. This article is pretty long. Hackers are more frequently using social engineering attacks to gain access to corporate credentials and breach large networks. One component of these attacks that is becoming more popular with the rise of multi-factor authentication is a technique called MFA fatigue. For breaching corporate networks, hackers commonly use stolen credentials or employee login credentials to access VPNs in the internal network. We already know that. Let's see here in action, I guess. All right. Yep. In return, enterprises have increasingly adopted multi-factor authentication to prevent users from logging into a network without first entering an additional form of verification. Okay, yep, we understand that piece. And of course, attackers eventually figure out a way to bypass these cybersecurity defenses. As we all know, it's a constant cat and mouse game. Some methods used to bypass multi-factor are listed here. Says most revolve around stealing cookies through malware or man-in-the-middle phishing attack frameworks such as Evil Gen X, or I guess that's how you pronounce it, Evil Gen X2. However, a social engineering attack called MFA fatigue, aka MFA push spam, is rising in popularity among threat actors as it does not require malware or phishing infrastructure and has been found to be successful in attacks. So, that, as you can see there, it greatly benefits the attacker. They don't have to spend very much resources on conducting this attack. You don't need to set up any kind of phishing infrastructure, malware infrastructure, anything like that. You can just sit there with some kind of automated script, automated tool to keep prompting those MFA push notifications. Where to explain MFA fatigue. Let's go down here, and that's what one of the screens look like. This is from Microsoft. Gets us what their MFA push notifications look like. Similar to other ones I've used in the past. It does track additional information, as you see there. Let's see here. The goal is to keep this up day and night to break down the target cybersecurity posture and inflict a sense of fatigue regarding these MFA prompts. There's a demonstration in this video you can check out. Let's see here. In many cases, the threat actors will push out repeated MFA notifications and contact the target through email, messaging platforms, or over the phone, pretending to be IT support to convince the user to accept the MFA prompt. All right, see, it's a combination of attacks here, combining social engineering with these MFA push notification spamming. Tips from the pros. What do they have to say? Security professionals have recommended disabling MFA push notifications if that's not possible, and enabling number matching for increased security. Right. Push notifications probably aren't, entirely bad, but you most likely will have to build some kind of compensating controls around that. And it just goes in and explains that. See, Microsoft's MFA number matching, also known as verified push in Duo, is a feature that displays a series of numbers to a user attempting to log in with their credentials. These numbers must then be entered into the account owner's authenticator app on their mobile device to verify they are logging into the account. All right, that sounds okay, pretty straightforward, and it seems like a pretty good control or additional control if you're going to use those push notifications or something similar to that. So this should hopefully prevent or help reduce the amount of those MFA fatigue attacks going on out there. So yes, as the person logging into the account will see these numbers, any attempts to convince a user to enter them into their authenticator app should be immediately seen as suspicious, especially if that login attempt is from another country, right? That's like no-brainers, red flags right there. If you're getting these push notifications and you see that it's not coming from your IP address or your location, wherever you're at, it's highly suspicious. You should probably report the activity to the cybersecurity department. Even if you are getting MFA spammed, you should contact the cybersecurity team. All right, that's a huge red flag. Like, come on, like someone's constantly trying to log into your account. Well, maybe my credentials have been compromised somehow. I need to get those credentials changed and notify the cybersecurity team that something weird is going on so they can do their investigation and try to determine what exactly has occurred. Microsoft plans on enabling it by default for all Azure Active Directory tenants soon after the feature becomes generally available. Awesome, that's great. That'll be good for a lot of enterprises out there that choose to use this type of MFA. Another suggestion is to limit the number of MFA authentication requests per user, right? Exactly. If you're getting spammed with these, there should be some kind of lockout mechanism, or if you receive X amount of alerts, it should trigger some kind of alerting system that goes to the cybersecurity team or system owners to say, hey, there's something weird going on here. You should probably look into this. That's what I'm talking about when I reference, additional controls, compensating controls, what have you in place, that you have that layered defense. So you're not just relying on one thing that can be bypassed by attackers. Because as we know, attackers are crafty, get more and more crafty these days, and they try to bypass all kinds of security countermeasures you have in place. Of course, you should always have some kind of alerts around domain admin accounts. I mean, that's basically God mode in your environment. Let's see here. Some suggest the enterprise move to FIDO hardware security keys to secure logins, but other researchers and security professionals are concerned it is too early to require adoption. It may not be compatible with some online services. If your organization can overcome the complexities of requiring only security keys for logins, then this may be the direction you can take to increase your login security. I like those FIDO security tokens. I used ones before from, I believe the vendor was called YubiKey or something like that. They were relatively well. They pretty much work like a smart card, or that's the way we used it. We had just used it for authenticating to the machine that you're in. You just connect that YubiKey in there, hold down that little button or whatever, enter your PIN. Works similar to a smart card, like those government CAC cards, common access cards. All right, Microsoft has their recommendations listed here. I'm not going to go through all this. I mean, you can check out the article. I have the link posted in the description section. You can go and check out. If you have any of these vendors or their systems in place, then I recommend going in and reviewing their recommendations and applying those recommendations if they are applicable to your environment to better secure it. Okta's awesome. Used those in the past. Okta's MFA or adaptive MFA is great. Analyzes the user's context at the login time and enforcing security. Of course, risk-based stuff like that. Risk-based authentication, see down there below. See that they don't just have, MFA in there. They may just have that, but they also have other types of MFA that, but other types of, I guess, references, that's tracking the IPs and stuff. Like, hey, this is a strange IP trying to authenticate to your account, and we've never seen your account there. It might raise some kind of alerts in your systems. CyberArk has their thing going on here. Let's see, Duo, of course. Seems to be the gist of the article. I'll have the article's link posted in the description section. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and give your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And I will be back with another video later on. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.